Welcome to the ninth edition of International Festival of Media, organized by the Faculty of Media and Social Sciences, Jagrang City University. As we all know, the only constant is change, and where media is evolving constantly, learning from experts bring us an invaluable learnings. So today with us we have Ms. Sayesha Arora, who is the Associate Vice President at the Zeno Groups. She holds a long journey in the industry of PR with many sectors like fintech and real estate. She is known for balancing and managing the strategies and business goals. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us today.
Thank you, Samriddhi. It's a pleasure.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, my first question with you would be that now, like we used to talk that the AI is the future, AI is the future, but we know that AI is our daily lives now. Like we talk to ChatGPT every single day. So, how in this industry there would be an human touch after a few years because now AI is taking over some of the jobs. So, what would be the human touch in the industry?
Lovely question, and I think very apt one to ask at this point because there's a lot of fear around AI. We have recently seen a lot of big conglomerates that have been tech laying off a lot of people, and it looks like all of this is happening because AI has suddenly made everything very efficient and we don't need humans anymore. But I think the flip side of that is rather that either you move at the pace of AI or the pace of change, as you mentioned, because change is the only constant, right? So if you have to be stable, you have to move with that constant change and constant force. And AI is that. For example, why I'm here today, and that's how I was in a master class with the JLN students today. And the reason why I came down today, on a weekday is because I am also exploring AI. So it would be wrong for me to say that I have figured out AI and what's its role in communication end to end. But I am figuring it out with students like yourself. And hence, being in rooms and talking about AI to you guys and how you are interacting with AI network platforms is very important for me to know, to go back and strategize accordingly. And hence, I think the key word here to your question's answer is learning, because I think in this world where AI is growing, and AI in itself, which is a learning platform that is learning from us and doing things that we do better, I think the only way to keep up with it is to constantly learn and to constantly upskill, however it fits uh, into your fields or into your industry or sector. Not just communication, but AI is taking over across, even businesses, even operations. Everything is being taken over by AI. But I think specifically as communicators, the human edge that we have over AI is creativity. So AI can give us analysis, it can give us data reporting, it can give us a lot of data concised into one learning. But then what we make out of that learning and blend it in with our creativity to connect to a lot more audience and use it to our benefit is exactly what AI is here for. AI can help us customize our communication for end individuals because in today's time we are working with diverse set of audience. So our target audience is not a blanket audience that we can reach out to. Rather, we have Gen Zs also, Gen X, Alphas, all generational audience and brands going after all of them. So one size fits all doesn't work anymore. We need to talk to them in the language that best resonates with them. And hence for that is where AI comes in, because as humans we can only know so much, right? But AI at all times can tell us this is what my X audience wants from me, and that's how I should be talking to them, and that's how I should be converting them into my long-term brand lovers.
So, ma'am, what do you think? Like, we should, as a students, we should take AI as a tool or AI as a companion. Like,
I would definitely ask you to take AI as a companion, but the one that you do not trust too heavily. Like, you're not dependent on that companion a lot. So I would rather say that AI is an agent, which essentially is how the agentic AI is also coming up now, which is the future of where we are going with this entire thing. Take it up as an agent. Know that you have someone who can do half the job for you, but do not take it as the absolute truth, because then there is where your human intervention is required to actually know right from wrong. And while we have also come along a long way in this LLM journey where the AI hallucinates much lesser now, it knows us much more. Our open cloud networks are much more brilliant. But now we are also getting into, from OpenAI, we are getting into OpenClaw, which is now completely multiple agents working for us rather than just one. So it's very important to keep a very close eye or keeping it very controlled so that it uses you rather than you being utilized by them, because it is reading into all of our data. So you have to be very careful with what we are sharing with AI and what we are taking as absolute truth from AI, because it still needs to be researched by humans.
Yeah. Ma'am, there are a lot of myths around our industry, the PR industry. So, what is that one myth that you want to burst today for our
I
audience?
think as college goers, and I just addressed it in my masterclass as well, I think don't walk into an interview and shrug away from the fact that you use AI. We do want people like yourself to come into our networks, to come into our organizations, and in fact help us learn better AI or better use of AI. Because back when I was making my college assignments, I never had anything like AI or a chat GPT, but you guys have it, right? In a class of 50, you are ensuring that your assignment looks different from the other person who's also using chat GPT for that assignment. So you guys are much further in your journeys of using AI than we ever were, right? And you then are prototypes for us, or you are the ones that we also learn from. So I think a lot of learning and unlearning needs to happen when we talk about AI. But the biggest myth that I would want to burst for all of you is, do not say that you don't use AI. AI is not the myth. AI is not the taboo. Using it right is the skill, and that's what we should focus on developing.
Ma'am, and what kind of AI, like AI inclined skills that one needs to end up a good job or end up a good campaign?
I think you need to know how can you work with AI as an agent where it makes you more effective rather than you being dependent on it. So it can charge you up with knowledge, but it cannot be the ultimate go-to for you, because if it is doing the thinking for you, then you are not helping AI think.
Ma'am, right now we are also living in a like world of social media, and we know that there's this constant statement PR hai, PR kara diya gaya hai. So what is your take on it? Like, is it that easy to get a PR done, or is it that like people are using it constantly, that is why it is being, no, it is being down on, the industry is being looked down on?
I rather looked at it as an opportunity, because I think earlier there were only set of, say, so for example, I have a fashion brand. I would only have those top 15, 20 Vogue cosmopolitans of the world to go out and say, hey, come for my fashion show. This is the new line that I've launched. But in today's time, that expanse has just increased. Today I have so many different kind of influencers depending on which range I want to go to, what is the kind of demographic I want of that influencer, what's the age I want of that influencer. So many more mouthpieces for my brand if I only use it right, if I associate with the right people, if I resonate with the right people. And yes, it's much easier to make PR today, but that also means that it's a big opportunity for all of us here, for me who's already in the profession and for you who will be joining it tomorrow, because we are so away from being lost, right? Nobody can, like, people say that AI is going to take over PR jobs, but if PR is growing at this scale, and I think where I ended the last masterclass was that PR is how AI learns. Like, right PR can actually make the AI learn from for you, or the social media learn for you. So I think PR's opportunity is huge in today's time, and if we marry it in with the right usage of AI, we are the future. Like, even the marketing guys will come to us, the CMOs will come to us, and we are the definition, and we've become so much more than just the headline in next day's paper. We are on your fingertips right in the next moment, which we call moment marketing, right? And it can make or break a brand, and then you have to be very skilled to maintain your brand consistently across platforms very positively. Yes, that's the job to do. So I would say it has opened up a massive opportunity for PR, and has made our job slightly more challenging because we continuously need to keep learning. So it's not just gray haired and sitting in the back of your chair and knowing everything. No, I think you'll have to go on ground on an everyday basis and learn something new to be able to give it back to the industry.
Thank you, ma'am, for joining us, and it was a very insightful session, honestly, because I personally learned a lot from you, and I would be looking out like for things that you have said to us. And with that, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.